Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Elusive back again with another video, and in this video we are doing an updated settings video on Modern Warfare 2. I haven't made one of these since I think the release of Modern Warfare 2 or in the beta. It was one of those. But it's been a while since I did a settings video on this game. I kind of ran out of ideas on what to post on, and I was like, hold on, why not do a settings video? I haven't done one of those in a while. So here we are. I'm not going to waste up any more time. So if you guys haven't already, don't forget to drop a like and sub if you're new. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. Be here before 1,000. If you guys are interested in best class ups, tips and tricks, how to get better, best settings, nuclear gameplay, and the camo grind in Modern Warfare 2 and every other COD after this, then subscribe. I'm also going to be posting up XDefiant when that drops. But now I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get into the settings. Alright, I use a controller, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows if they've seen any videos of mine. I use controller. I use an elite controller to be exact. I have paddles, so I'm gonna show what settings you can run with paddles and without, so I can help everyone out, especially the ones with no paddles. For the button layout, I'm running tactical. Honestly, tactical is probably the best you can run, even if you don't have paddles. This is what I was running on my normal controller before I got an elite controller. I just like sliding, but since this game doesn't really have slide canceling, you guys can go with stick and move if you guys like, if you want to jump. But I feel like sliding is still a little bit more helpful than jumping, because sometimes you might accidentally hit the analog and accidentally jump or something. But this is more personal preference type thing. If you guys like stick and move, go with stick and move. If you like tactical, go with tactical. If you guys like left, Charlie, tactical, whatever you like and you feel most comfortable with, then go with that. But me, I run tactical. I use slide for the analog, of course. I have my back paddle on my right. My bottom one is my jump. My top one is RB, because my RB is not working on this controller and I have to send it back. So I've been using my paddle to help me throw grenades and to activate my field upgrades and things like that, because my RB doesn't work. But yeah, that's about it for the button layout. For controller vibrations, turn it off. It kills your controller faster, and it also could throw off your accuracy due to vibration. There's honestly no pros to running controller vibration, so just turn it off. For the horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity, I run 6 on both of these. You guys can set this up as default, and you could adjust it the way you like. If you feel like 6 too fast, then go lower. If you feel like 6 too slow, then go higher. This is more like a default setting to figure out what you guys like best. And if you guys think this is the best, then hey, it worked out for you. But if not, you can slightly adjust it. For the ADS sensitivity, mine is locked because I went towards advanced, and I'm going to be showing that in a minute. For the sensitivity on multiplayer, this is what I'm running. For the third person, the ground vehicles and everything like that, I didn't really touch any of this. For the vertical aim axis, I didn't touch anything on this. I don't know if this has been here since the beginning of the game or if they just added this a little bit ago, but I didn't touch it. Tap to reload, of course. So yeah, I didn't touch any of this. Now let's go into the advanced. For the aim assist type, I went with Black Ops, but I would prefer saying Black Ops or default, because precision and focusing have a smaller box when it comes to the aim assist. So for precision and focusing, it's more like directly on the enemy. So it's practically the outline of me. That's when the slowdown starts to hit in for the shot. But for Black Ops and default, it starts to slow down outside of the player. So say if there's 3 meters, say a person is 3 meters wide, it would stop 3 meters and slow down on precision and focusing. But for Black Ops and default, it would stop at 6. So it'd slow down before you get to the opponent to make your shot a little bit easier to land. For the aim response curve type, I'm running standard. I did run dynamic at some point, but you can choose either one of these, but I felt like standard came in a little bit more clutch due to it being slower and not moving as fast with small movements. Definitely in Modern Warfare, because you get killed so fast. If you start missing bullets due to small movement, you're gonna get folded. So that's why I stuck with standard, to remain a little bit more accurate, but you can go either way. I switch back and forth between those. All right, let's scroll down. Here's the custom aim sensitivity I was talking about. For my ADS, for my low zoom, I run 0.90. I always fluctuate between 0.80 and 0.90. For the ×2 and ×3, ×4 and 5, I didn't touch. 6 and 7, I went to 1.10 just to make it a little bit faster. Same thing with 8 and 9. And for my high zoom, I went with 1.20. The reason I went with that is because I like shifting my sight fast, because I didn't want to increase my sensitivity, because I mostly red gun. I don't really snipe. But if I was sniping the majority of time, I'd probably have my ADS sensitivity higher. But since I mostly red gun and don't use sniper optics, that's why I left it at 1.20, just so I could still have speed, because you don't want to shift your sniper scope extremely slow, because you're going to be dead before you can even line up your shot. So that's why I had speed, but it's all up to you. If you guys have high ADS, then you can lower the high zoom. For the input dead zones, I run 0.10 on the left stick, and for the right stick, I run 0.08. This will be different for you guys depending on your controller, if it's brand new or not. If your controller has stick drift, then you're going to want to go higher so your character doesn't move on its own. And if it's a brand new controller, you can go lower. This just depends on your controller, honestly. The best thing you can do is go as low as you can before your character starts shifting on its own in game. So it's best to go to like custom games, move the dead zones around, slightly touch your analog to see if your character keeps shifting without you touching the analog afterwards. If it does, then it's too low and you're going to want to go higher. For the left and right trigger, this is more personal preference as well. I know a lot of people like going all the way to the lowest you can, but I feel like it reacts a little too fast and sometimes it'll make me aim in before I want to aim in. So that's why I decided, you know what, 0.04 was best for me, but you guys can go for the lowest if you like the lowest, or do what I did. It's all up to you, whatever you prefer. All right, scrolling down, I changed my tack sprint behavior to single tap instead of double tap. You can turn off auto sprint, which is back on the controller settings instead of advanced, but I felt like auto sprint was reacting when I didn't want it to. Sometimes I would like to just aim and shoot, but when I slightly moved, it made me sprint and it made my feet louder so I'd be heard type of thing. So I didn't really like how it felt, so that's why I went with single tap. But you guys can go with auto tack sprint if you'd like, or auto sprint. All right, I didn't touch anything else in this section, so now let's scroll down. I won't be showing mouse and keyboard because, of course, I don't use mouse and keyboard, so I can't help you on that, my boy. For the graphics, of course, turn off all blurs, all of them. Turn off film grain, of course. Depth of field, turn that off. For the cast, you want to turn on for more sharpness, and this is how you adjust how sharp it is. I wouldn't say you want to go too high into this because then it starts to look all weird and just too sharp, like kind of fake looking, like grainy or something. I don't even know how to describe it. I felt like 35 was good. You guys can go higher if you'd like, or just test it to see when it starts looking ugly for you and just go back and then stop before it looks like that. This is all up to you, but I feel like 35 was good, so this is where I left it. 120 hertz. I play on an Xbox Series X. I play on 1440 120 hertz. This might be different for you guys. If you guys have the option to go with 120 hertz, then go with it. If you can go higher, then go higher. More hertz, better for you. Field of view, I go 120. You guys can have this different. I wouldn't go anything below 100. In fact, I wouldn't go anything below 105. Everything above 105 is fine. If you want to go 107, 112, whatever, you don't have to go with 120. I just went with 120 to have the max FOV. Field of view for third person, max it out. For the camera shake movement, of course, go with the least you can. You don't want your screen shaking every time someone throws a grenade or explosive from like a Hellstorm missile or something drops. Go with the lowest so your screen doesn't shake as much and you can remain more accurate. And also to kind of help people out with motion sickness. I kind of wish that they had an ability to turn it off in general, or just make it like 25 or something. Well, that's the end of this section, so now let's go into audio. For the audio mix, I go with headphone bass boost. I feel like that's just the best one to hear like more crunchy feet and just more like concentrated sounds so you can hear them better and like figure out where they're at. For the master volume, 100 of course. For the gameplay music, I have at 20. You can go all the way to 0 for this. It's just the background music. For the dialogue, I have at 70 so I can hear my gun volume and people's footsteps over the announcers' voices. The announcers' voices are important because they do call out stuff sometimes, but it's not as important as sound hoarding. So that's why I have it high enough to hear, but not high enough to overcloud footsteps. For the effects, I have on 90. You can go to 100 if you like, but I feel like I wanted to lower this a little bit because it was just too explosive. Voice volume, I have at 50. Cinematic music volume, you can turn this to 0. I just never touched it. Voice chat on, of course. All lobby, of course, so you can talk to people in game chat. For the voice chat output device, I have on speakers because I do content and I like to catch people's voices on my Elgato. So if you guys are like content creators, Twitch streamers, YouTubers, whatever, this is the way to catch people's voices in game chat and record them. So if you guys are like brand new, you got an Elgato and you're wondering why you can't catch people's voices, this is why. You want it on speakers. There is also like another setting you can change in the Xbox. I can't recall what it is if you guys are on Xbox, because in the beta and at the beginning of this game, speakers was not working. Every time you went to speakers, it would just completely remove everything from the voice chat output device. So I had to choose headset and then change some settings in my Xbox to get people's voices. But now since they fixed it, that's not really an issue. So like I said, if you guys want to hear people's voices in your recordings, you're going to want to go to speaker. And for the hit marker sound effect, I went with classic. You can go with MW. It's up to you. Now onto the interface. I didn't touch any of this up top. The color customization, you guys can adjust this. I did. This is more personal preference, and it just depends on what color you think stands out the most and what makes it more visible for you. So you can adjust this. I have on color filter 2. makes it stand out more. I have it, of course, on both, so they both stand out for the world and for the colors in general, or for the interface, I should say. Max these out to 100. Color customization is up to you. I went with green as party because green can stand out as the arrow rather than like light blue and blue. I wanted green because you can clearly tell the difference between green and blue. The enemies, of course, red. I feel like red stands out a lot. You could also go like a bright yellow if you want. This is up to you as well. I went was contested as pink because pink is extremely bright color, and it also stands out from the other colors that I have. Alright, none of this I touched. Mini map rotation you want on. It just makes it to where the map rotates when you move, and it's showing where you're going rather than being still and your arrows just moving. So it kind of helps you out and see where you're going. The horizontal compass, you can turn this on. I had it off because I take a lot of screenshots for thumbnails, and I just kind of forgot to turn it back on. So crosshairs, of course, you want on. You want to see where your sight is. Hit markers, of course, you want on. You want to see when you're landing your bullets. Everything else I didn't really touch. I have on full name so I can see people better, because since the full name is going to be always bigger than the smaller version of the name, or just a red dot. The packet loss, you can turn this on if you're having connection issues, right along with server latency and connection meter. This is to help to see when you're lagging or having any issues or connection issues. I have them off because I take screenshots, like I said, for thumbnails, and I kind of forget to turn them back on afterwards sometimes. Nothing else I really touched besides the inverted flashbangs. This makes it to where your screen goes black instead of white. Honestly, if you don't want to go blind, I would probably turn this on. Just make sure you don't think your TV turned off when you get hit by a flashbang. But yeah, this is where I'm going to end the video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see next. Let me know if you guys want to see like a class up on a specific weapon, or a nuclear gameplay on a specific weapon, or going back to older CODs and doing like throwback videos, playing like BO4 Cold War or something. Or if you guys don't care if I play a different game, like finishing the Dead Island 2 story campaign, or playing Dying Light 2 story campaign. If you guys be interested in that, then let me know down in the comments. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to slap on the post notification so you miss the latest and greatest videos. And I'll see you later, guys. Peace.